another episode of Acoustics Unfiltered. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Well done.
Yeah. Today, sorry, I am your host.
Yeah, are you? Who are you again?
I might be your host, I don't know.
Bloody hell. Terrible.
Turn up. I am your host, Asabi Hawa.
I'm Mike, the other host. I have to take over now because this one. Yeah.
And today we have the beautiful and amazing Nandi 55.
Oh my God. I'm going to try to get through this without dying on the floor of laughter. You guys are hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's not intentional, is it? Really? Normally what we do, we kind of start with, the music side of things and we talk about, genre. But obviously we've noticed a little bit of a twang in your accent. Sounds like you're not from around this
Me? I swear if I could do a better British accent, I would whip it out.
But now we need to hear your British accent.
No. I've already been fired from that. My husband has said, never again can you do this.
So bad even the husband said no.
So whereabouts in the States are you from?
So I'm from up north, which is the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah.
Oakland born and raised. And
Oakland?
a lot of people, when I say California, they immediately just think Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. I was confused. When I saw San Francisco, I thought that was somewhere else. I didn't realize it was in Cali.
Yes. So I must say that we're the best up north.
Oh.
I know I have friends from LA. They're like, okay, watch it, but there's a different energy up north. You would, if you're there, you could tell that we're more laid back in the north.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not, I think it's just because LA, there's Hollywood inside of LA.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
people tend to be a little
Up their own
little different, but I realized, because I actually lived in LA for a while,
right.
that what I came to appreciate was that everyone has a dream, though.
Yeah.
And I'm being general. Yeah. I'm being
yeah.
in general. Those that go to LA and then those that are from LA, there's a sense of wanting more and living your dream, and I can absolutely appreciate that. Unfortunately, the bad part of it is when you have people coming in like transplants, as they say, or transports, they're kind of the ones that make LA seem a bit like, so what do you have? What do you do? What do you that bad name that LA can get sometimes?
So you've got a certain level.
Yeah, what do you drive? What do you do? Who do you know? More times than not, those are people that aren't even from LA. They've come to LA because they're trying to make it.
Okay.
But I'm like, my folks that I know that are originally from LA, they're cool. They're,
maybe
what I mean?
because they already were there.
A little more
They're
grounded.
not there to seek validation from...
That's where you
Yeah,
live.
they're just, they're grounded. It's like the real, you know what, here's the thing. So my brother asked me when I first moved out here, he's like, what are you running from? So interesting. And I'm like, because I guess sometimes people really do leave to escape. Like they leave to reinvent themselves. They do that kind of thing. And there's no judgment. We listen and we don't. So it's no judgment. But I'm absolutely check all my receipts. I'm proud of where I came from. I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of everything. So I'm not running from anything.
Yeah.
So sometimes when people come to LA, they're coming from maybe circumstances that they want to leave behind, or, maybe high school was bad for them, whatever it is. And they're just I'm going to be this new person now.
This is literally actually true. Because in the movies, normally that's what happens. It goes from a small area, small town somewhere where everybody knows each other, and they go to either New York or LA to make it big.
Right.
And then they kind of get swallowed up by the beast a lot of the time.
Yeah.
From San Fran, you went to LA, you liked it fairly okay. Were you still doing music back then?
Yeah, so I went to New York first, then LA.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, New York first. And I'm actually glad that I did. There's an energy in New York that's so... I can't even, I love New York. It was just about, you're in school, you're learning things, it's like you're collaborating with all these different other, folks, that it isn't about what you've already done or who you already know, or it's just you good? You really want to do this?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's try to, the support was just, grassroots level. There was a
Nice.
lot of, there was just a lot of energy like that. Everybody was like really putting the work in, not just saying they were putting the work in, but actually, grinding out. And that was a nice place to kind of start the whole, because I went to New York even when I was still in uni. So to kind of test it out, I did my thesis work. It was like going out to New York and studying in a theater company and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Well, that kind of resonates with the vibe that I get from the difference between New York and LA. Like, New York seems to be like where you just get things done. People are just doing things.
Yeah.
Whereas LA's more like a peacock, just showing off. Sort of, to me, it sounds like it's a bit more people pandering and pondering. They still get stuff done, but I just feel like New York seems to me a bit more real. Although I'm a West Coaster when it comes to music, though, obviously.
West Side.
Exactly. I can't do that. I always, when we used to have the dance offs and dancing in the clubs and that stuff, everyone's doing West Side. I used to do that, put the fingers. West Side, my fingers on.
Well, listen, I can only do it. I don't know what it's about, but this hand,
I can't do it. Look,
I can't quite do it with this hand. How dare you? This, no problem. This hand, I can't quite. So you're okay. You're fine.
Well,
right.
So, also you moved around different parts of America.
Yeah, I did.
And then you came here at some point. So, what was that transition like, coming from the States, coming over here?
Yeah.
Did you come to London directly, or did you go?
I did. So my journey was a bit like New York, LA, back to the Bay, then here. And so, I was doing a lot of traveling at one point. So just a little backstory on that. So I lost my father.
Oh, sorry.
This has been like 6 years though now. And then when that happened, I just kind of took off. I was just like, like I just wanted to, the first place I wanted to go was South Africa because my father, even though he studied different African cultures and named us African names because, he was very about Black people in the diaspora, knowing that our roots are African. And so I've been called African my whole life. So I never knew I was anything other than that. Even though I know I was not. I mean, I was in California. I wasn't on but you know what I'm saying. But even though he taught us all of this pride and strength and love for who we were, he never actually got a chance to go to the continent himself before he passed away. And so I felt like that was my way of kind of like honoring him and like learning more about I'm named after Queen Nandi, who's Zulu.
Oh, wow.
Shaka Zulu's mom, who he was like the warrior. I know. I'm always like, there's that side of me and there's also the silly side. So, but there's so much history there. And so I just wanted to learn more about my name, learn more about Zulu culture. And so like, that was one of the first places I wanted to go. And then it was like, I was coming here. I came here a few times, went back to South Africa, Italy. Like I just went around trying to just learn more and about just so many different places. I just felt like that was time for me to just get a chance to get out and just see the world, if that makes sense. But then in that, the artist bug still, never goes away. And so I actually started interviewing artists wherever I travel.
Hey, nice. Okay.
Which is if like my thing everywhere, it's I Am BLUESFOLK. Right? Instagram, it's I Am BLUESFOLK. Patreon, I Am BLUESFOLK. It's just I Am BLUESFOLK. But that was I think the beginning stages of I Am BLUESFOLK. It's grabbing up this global artist creative community.
Okay.
And so that was the beginning stages, I guess, of it. Nice. And and so when I'd come here, I'd find artists to interview. When I just, wherever. And that's actually how I met my husband.
Oh, is it?
I was going to ask.
Yeah, your husband's he's an artist as well.
Yeah, he's fine artist. So painter, murals, big canvases and things. Wow. And that's his lane,
So wait, I Am BLUESFOLK, that's not limited to music only, or
It's all creatives.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'll create theater, art, because my background isn't just music.
Okay.
It's theater, it's writing, not just songwriting, but playwriting, all that. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, where, all the artists are the creatives, and creatives that are, they really are naturally creatives, but life circumstances, maybe even just not getting the encouragement.
Oh, yeah.
Have led them to maybe do something else with their lives, and it's like they want to maybe get back to it.
So what's like I'll dumb it down because that's what I always do. So it's like a support system for.
He likes to recap what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes, I love that. I'm all down with support system, because there's a lot of things out there that's about performing, right? Or doing the thing that you do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, are you good?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that. So like, for instance, every Sunday we do an artist circle.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, and it's online, so no matter where you, on a Zoom, and so we're tackling this week. What is it about? So it's kind of tackling a bit of the 4 agreements. So we're on not taking anything personally. That's what's happening.
Wait, so you got topics and stuff on the
every Sunday there's a topic, and I just hold space. I don't know who's gonna show up, what's gonna happen.
It's really beautiful.
I just get on and I hold space, because I was looking for it for myself when I got here. Leading back to your question, like how was the transition?
Yeah.
I was looking for artists, looking for that like safe space. To like, where do artists go to talk about the ups and downs and the things that are happening? Because our journey is like, it's unique. Right? And people don't understand, and you're trying to explain to people, and then it's hard to explain, so it can be very isolating, very lonely.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to be in that kind of space, because everybody else, like say someone like me, you just do it then, innit? Just do it. But there's a backstory behind it. Oh, I can't do it because I feel this, and it's not just the technical aspect of whatever the art is. It's the whole thing around it, how you feel, how your brain works, and it judges things differently because you're an artist. So you kind of need people who are in a similar mindset sometimes.
Yeah, and we've all seen people crash and burn in front of our eyes, haven't we? Yeah. And then I always ask myself, who was their circle?
Yeah.
What community did they have to kind of help them through and navigate? Because life still be lifing. It don't matter if you can sing, dance, rap, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, your life still happens. You still lose parents. You still lose children. You still lose husbands or friends, or like, there's so many things that happen. You might be struggling with health issues that might come up. There's still life happening to you while you're still on this like journey with your art. And so it's like, so who are you talking to? Who's the community that's not just there, hello at the shows, but who's there when the makeup comes off, you in your sweats, And
also sometimes you need somebody to hold you accountable, because sometimes you're there with all these followers, and whatever you say, they agree with you regardless of whether it actually makes sense or not.
Right.
To jump to the bandwagon. And sometimes you need someone to say, well, I don't know about that. That seems a bit off. Whether you take the advice or not, that's down to you.
Exactly.
But someone's told you, and then we go from there, rather than everyone always saying whatever you do is the best thing ever, and you can do it.
Right.
Or the reverse, you might have haters saying you can't do it because obviously they're hating on your talents and that. So you need to be, what's the word, grounded? Someone who can just ground you.
Have like a mixed pot of people that support you in different ways, because you always need a different kind of support, and you also need a different kind of encouragement. So.
So that I want to ask you.
Beautiful.
I want to ask you this topic specifically about not taking things personal, because I tend to do that a lot.
Oh, he does.
Well, I'm not. It's just all right. Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you're a human being, for goodness sake.
No, I mean it's all human stuff.
Do you know what I mean?
No, you said it was a support group for. Look, please can we rewind? You said it's a support group for artists. So I'm off the hook.
Yes, no, it is for creatives, but it's also, there's people that have been a part of the online, that are attorneys, that are they're caretakers. Because at the root of what they really are is a creative. But they just didn't. It was a safer thing to go to law school. It was a safer thing to. Do you get what I mean?
They've come from a long line of doctors and lawyers and blah blah blah. It's the expected thing. There's no detour. There is creative what?
Yeah.
So it's also helping people through that as well, you know, to like find themselves back to themselves. So yeah.
Just tell us about this taking things personal.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so you're gonna have it. It's not. Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't happened yet. The first one was be impeccable with your word.
What does that mean?
So, exactly. So it means that your words have power.
Yes.
So you have to really make sure of what it is that's coming out of your mouth. What are you saying, right? And so we know that what you say is also attached to what you're thinking.
Yes.
So then it's like, what are you thinking?
Yes.
Right? There's so many, this is, I just got to tell you, it's not for the weak. You know, like you can't really, that type of work, that going within work, it's, that's the hardest work.
Sounds like a therapy session.
I always say
the
this
hardest
to
work.
people.
It's very easy to like be very outward with, pretending to be, acting as if, or pointing the finger to somebody. But the work that you have to do on yourself, like people try to avoid that at all costs.
Absolutely.
So there's no way to really get around it with the sessions that we're doing on Sundays. Like it's like, cause it is about you. It's about, so what are you thinking? What's having you speak so poorly about yourself and about, what you say you want to be doing, right? Are you talking yourself out of it? Are you, words, you're manifesting with your words.
Absolutely.
It's like you're calling people out on themselves.
But you have to.
I'm not complaining. I'm all for it. I'm just saying, just clarifying for everybody else.
I try to hold myself accountable because for me, it's empowering.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's people that kind of go about life and they believe things are just happening to them. Like, oh, woe is me. Everything is just happening to me. But I feel like we have way more power than that. We can actually design our life the way we want it to be. Yeah. And that also begins with what we think and then what we're saying and what we're doing. Like, so I just sent this to a friend of mine today and it was Mahatma Gandhi's quote. And he was saying happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are harmonious.
Oof.
Nice.
And so I've been chasing that. I've been chasing that, like, and not in a bad way, just meaning that's in my consciousness all the time. That's what the level that I want to achieve. You know,
you want that to be your default setting.
Absolutely.
It can't be your everyday setting because we're humans.
Yeah,
everything goes up and down.
Sure.
But if that's your default setting, then that's a nice place to be.
Yeah, that's where I want to get to, and so. So I'm like, well, I want to try to do this. Y'all up for the journey? You know what I mean? Anybody out there up for the journey of happiness? But like that true one?
Yeah.
No, because you're right. Because what you say outwardly should, at minimum, sync with what you think inside. So there's no point in saying that you're the big I am, and inside you're thinking, no, I'm not. Although that counters the argument about faking it till you making it. So would you say, for example, let's say that you're not right. You're not there yet in terms of your confidence. Is it okay then to fake it till you make it, or do you just have to, or do you just have to accept, well, I'm not there yet, and then start from a kind of a lower?
Yeah, it's just as long as you're Okay, so I would say the hard part is that it's not something I can necessarily identify for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, and so many of us are not really telling the truth about where we are, or they don't even, it's like subconsciously, they don't even realize that they have things that they need to work on. They just are just moving about life, right? And so the idea of fake it till you make it, as long as you know you're doing that, right? As long as you know you still have work to do, then that's all well and fine. But I wouldn't even say fake it. I would say you're just manifesting, right? You're saying, this is the life I want. This is who I want to be. This is what I'm working towards. And then you're just walking in it. You know, but do you truly believe that you can be that? You know, that's where you're trying to, because it's almost like God actually is giving you what you think you should have. Not what you're saying. Not what you've made other people believe you to think you. It's that inner voice. So so that's why I'm like, you can't really lie to yourself.
No, we shouldn't.
You know,
at least not for too long anyway.
I mean, I think it's also about the context. Like, what is it that you're working on? What is it that you lack confidence in? What is it that you're faking it till you? What are you trying to make? You know, if it's something of substance and something that's part of you and is meant to be part of you, then if you manifest it and you walk in it and you continue to walk in it, you will become it. But if it's something that's just surface level for others to receive surface level, then it's like you're always gonna be here instead of making that journey with it. So it's like,
because the intent is not to improve yourself, it's just to show off, to make people.
And it just comes back to the doing the within work. The work, you know, to put out what it is you're meant to put out as a vessel, as a being, as, you know.
Yeah.
But
Thanks, guys. That's been great. Really...
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, all right. So, in between all the traveling you did and I Am BLUESFOLK and or the original version before you've done actually I Am BLUESFOLK, you were obviously singing, and you started, when did you start? When did music come into your life? Or has it always been there?
It's always been there because my mom sings. She so we talk, right. This is loaded, right? And so let me try to be careful here.
Okay.
There were so I don't know if we're fully out of that, because I do still feel like there are things that happen in terms of the whole like sexism and the patriarch and all that still there might be some women that can't, maybe they get into relationships or marriages and they can't really realize their full dreams or potential.
Right.
I'm not
that generation or timeline or
but I don't know if that's completely over, because I found myself in some situations that very much mirrored my history of women in my family.
I don't think
so. I you know, and this is what I mean when I say do the work. Got to do the work. You got to do the work, or you're not gonna stop these generational curses and just different things or whatever. But so my mom, she played the piano, she sang, she was in theater and these things, and very much, you know. But my father wasn't really on board with all of that. So luckily she found another passion, which was education. So she, you know, was fulfilled with that and having children and that sort of thing. My grandmother, her mother, played the piano. Singer. Her husband. There was and she was actually trying to pursue it. So there was Mahalia Jackson had come. And it was a chance for her to go on tour as background. And she was married, so that wasn't gonna happen. He was like, "You mean feel that leave and just go on tour and start doing, you know?"
Wow.
So no, and so it's very interesting. Like they talk about what happens to a dream, you know, deferred, right? You know, they have a whole Raisin in the Sun, like that's a huge play, right? But it was based off of what's that? August Wilson. It's about like what happens when does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Your dream, if you don't actually go for it.
And it kept happening.
Yeah. So it just kept, and I did a reading when I was in SA too, and I'm just like it gets deep. Is all I'm saying. It can get very deep in terms of like, you know, because they talk about how, and you know, everyone has different beliefs, but my understanding and what I feel like I truly believe is that we picked our parents.
Wow.
And that
wow.
Crazy. We'll break that down for me.
Yeah, and you know, and it's not even just because of your mom and dad. It's the lineage. So you may have picked because of your great, and because of your great. You know what I mean?
Like that mixed with that, I'll take that.
Yeah, like you're coming through and experiencing in this time and space.
I've not heard that. That's interesting.
So, and then when I did the reading, I was like, and I won't go into that. That's like I keep that close to that. I was like, it all makes sense.
Oh man,
it all makes sense. But I'm like, I'm gonna have to break out of, you know, the kind of this generational thing that was happening. And
so you're the first to follow your dream and talent, or freely?
There's been some things from the reading or whatever that I got, but the ones that I know of, I am, that I actually knew.
At least in your direct line, talking about grandma and mom, you.
Yeah. The ones that I actually knew and got a chance to experience, I would be the one that actually really tried to go for it, I guess.
And do you have any sisters?
I do. I have a younger sister, older brother.
Okay. Does your sister, are they into music at all, your siblings?
So
You know what
I
it is?
feel like
It's the
I feel like with every question, you guys are coming with it.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't want to put on them what they woulda, coulda, whatever, right? They have their lives, they're doing what they do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But my brother was a really good saxophone player.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
And my sister can sing.
Oh.
But they're
and
not.
so
They're not about the life.
no, because because my parents weren't necessarily pushing that.
Yeah.
You know, it was about education.
Of
it
course,
was professional.
yeah.
It was, you know, and to be fair, there's a unique thing that happens with Black people, and this is Black across the whole diaspora. Where my father, in his mind, because, you know, he comes from Jim Crow and segregation and that kind of stuff, right? He was like, oh, they always let us sing and dance. We were always the entertainment. I want you to be smart.
Of course,
I want you to do something that's with your mind. I mean, I wish that he understood that we absolutely, as artists, are everything. Creatives are I mean, when they try to get rid of and wipe out cultures, like they go after the philosophers, the artists, like, because we're the ones that are letting people, like, the artists are the ones that are telling
The story.
story.
Who we are.
You know, we're telling the truth of the time of what's going on and challenging and pushing pushing things forward. And so there's such a need and such an importance. I just wish, in general, sometimes I just wonder, what would we be uninterrupted as Black people?
Yeah, because in the old days,
You know?
for all people, Black or white or whatever, the people who lay down the what happened, tell the stories, the history, they were always people who sung and who wrote.
Yeah.
That's your history.
Absolutely.
And then without that, then you're just whatever you are. You're not. You have no history without the music, without the scriptures telling us who our previous kings were, what our myths were. What would, for example, Romans and Greeks still have their mythology. They'll have things about Alexander the Great and all that sort of stuff. People wrote that down, and it lives on after you're gone.
Right.
But with Black people, not really. And going on the other point as well about parents stopping you doing things. Here, for African parents, for example, my ones, I could play. I was really good at sports, but my parents didn't want me to play sports because that's what we're seeing as not a real job. So instead, you end up doing whatever job you're going to do, like a more stable job. Working in a bank was what my parents wanted me to do. And then after the fact, later on in life, you do that same thing you love, but you do it as a hobby.
Right.
And you're late now. For sports, you've got a finite time.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, what could have been? But obviously your parents. And your parents always, by the way, after the fact, always say it. I've seen a meme about it when they say, he was very good at football. He could have made it, but he decided to study. You're like, well, no, I didn't really decide to study. I wanted to play football.
They love to rewrite history, parents.
Yeah.
Their pen on the rewrite is unmatched.
Like, what?
Absolutely.
Unmatched.
Absolutely.
Because you can always, in my opinion, the way I looked at it is, you can always study. People go to university late.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you've got a finite time to use your talent that God gave you, that's the time to use it. And we all won't make it, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
But who's here won't be you.
And to your point, my family is on board now.
Yeah.
but early on, listen, I had an attorney as a mentor, I'm talking about moot court through high school, getting trophies, full on.
Yeah.
That was what my trajectory was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be my dad, how he puts it, my mouthpiece, Wow. And it was my mentor that said, you don't really want But I know now, much later, why. She actually wanted to be a writer.
Yeah.
She wanted to be a novelist.
Yeah.
But she, listening to her parents, became an attorney. To be fair, I don't really know many attorneys that's what they actually wanted to do. The ones that are coming to mind now, I'm like, one just didn't want to be broke anymore, because he grew up in a very, very, impoverished circumstance, and he was just like, "What's gonna get me money?" Like even in
Yeah.
law school, he was like, "What's gonna which lawyer makes the most money?" You know, like he didn't really have the time to fully dream and flesh it out.
It's more for security purposes.
Yeah,
and also some parents like to show off that their kid's a medical doctor, their kid's a lawyer. Yeah, nobody wants to. They don't want to say that their kid is a poet unless you're a massive poet and everyone knows you in the whole world.
Right.
Yeah.
So they also tend to do it, some of them, for selfish reasons, not just for your own security.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah, but a lot of it is, though, unfortunately, and this is not bad mouthing. I'm like, I loved my parents; they were amazing.
Yeah.
But I think the concept sometimes about how we raise children is very selfish.
Yeah.
You know, and it's interesting because so many times people throw out that a woman that doesn't want to have children is selfish.
Yeah.
But
Which is wild.
And I'm just like, really? Because more times than not, when I see how things go down and how children are being raised, I'm like, that's so selfish. Like, first of all, you're naming them after you. So that they can be like the junior. It's almost like because you didn't do this, then they need to do it, or to keep the leg. Like it's very. To me, it feels very not like this is this own separate entity that God has created, and let's see what.
No, it's an extension of
you know,
yourself,
because I
really.
believe children know, like they come here knowing, just like we choose our parents. I feel like we come here with a purpose.
Yeah.
We know what we're supposed to do,
Yeah.
and I think part of why there's so much insecurity and so much sadness is because we've been pushed away from our nature and purpose for so long. It's basically been beaten out of us, and so we just
sometimes literally as well.
But imagine when you're really walking your purpose, the type of confidence and love for yourself, and which then you can give love to other people. Like,
but sometimes you can see somebody's naturally gifted at whatever it is.
Yeah.
Some people might be gifted lawyers, you don't know, but wherever you're gifted at, you can see it. But sometimes if it doesn't align with what your parents think you should be doing, then you leave that talent behind, whatever that is, and then a lot of people find that reconnect with that talent later on in life, but it's a bit late there by then because for a lot of people, because you've already set in the path, and then you look back and you think, oh, what could have been? Good that you're following your dreams, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of dreams, should we have a song?
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Usually he says this, so he's like,
Look at you. Hey, that's my line. Yeah, come
Ooh, okay. And so I'm like, that's a great segue into like the second song that I was actually gonna do. But I'm gonna flip the script then.
All right, go ahead.
And we're gonna have a little fun because normally I have, the live music going. I have a guitar player, but we're gonna do a backing track. So I'm gonna play around with some popular instrumental and do a little mashup here. But this song is actually for the Dreamers, and I'll just do a little snippet.
Okay. All right,
So number 2.
Let me cue it up.
Still a player.
All right. So I'm gonna hand this to you, so you can have it on your lap.
Okay.
And when you're ready, just press play.
Y'all can dance. Come on now. Hey. All right. Shout out to all my dreamers out there, people that, have a dream. They don't want to let it go. Don't let nobody hold you down. That's right. You can do this. You got this. All right, listen. So you say I ain't gonna make it. The hell you say I ain't gonna take it anymore. I'm doing my thing, knocking down these doors. You knocking my dream, 'cause you gave up yours. Just 'cause you can't look at your own reflection, don't mean that I am headed in the wrong direction. Just 'cause you ain't doing what you should, don't mean that I'm gon' stop doing good. Hey, can't nobody hold me down. I'm moving with or without you to higher ground. And I don't need you or them or anybody else. Just open up the door and I'll get it myself. I can stop there.
With the vocals.
Wait, that was Nike with the tune there.
Listen,
Yeah, that was nice.
Okay.
That was very positive. Yeah, I like that. I was like, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna do it no matter what. Think about the dreamer really at heart.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
that was amazing, by the way.
Okay. Oh, and that's what it came out of, like the very thing we were talking about right now, and this idea of like there's so much stuff that can stop you from like moving forward. And again, it doesn't even that song. It wasn't even just for artists. That was for anyone that has like a goal, something that they're trying to achieve. Yeah. There's so many naysayers out there, and a lot of it is because they were stopped.
Yeah.
You know, so then they're just like sometimes it's almost like watching you do it.
Yeah.
It upsets something in them.
We know
and they're just
people like that. So we know.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we do.
okay.
We do.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, you know,
So
it's okay. It's just fuel. Fuel
Yeah.
to keep going.
Yeah. And also sometimes people say that the biggest naysayer is yourself sometimes at points, that your ego. So when I always used to think of ego, it's only recently that I realized ego can be negative.
Yeah.
I always used to think of ego as in you thinking that you're better than you are, blah, blah, blah. But also sometimes ego is about that little voice in your head that tells you that you can't do it, sort of thing. So it's not only, so you've got to kind of watch yourself, watch people who are trying to stop you from doing stuff. But you've also got to look at yourself and make sure that you follow what you really want to do and don't like give in to the naysayers. Oh, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it's a fragile system, isn't it?
It is.
Ego.
It is.
But anyway, so let's talk about, since we started music, let's go over to music now.
Okay.
So genre-wise, what would you categorize yourself as?
Right.
Is there even a category?
I know, and I'm just like, and this is what I mean about there is also the flip side of that kind of like LA thing. You have to have so much stuff polished and packaged, and they are a business out there. And so it's so funny how I used to be like, and so like all the, and now I'm just like, what is it? So it's blues, it's soul, it's you know, the thing of it is that I just don't really fit in a box.
So
and then
take bits from here
in my journey, and in my journey, this is for myself, who I am as a person. I don't even I don't fit into a box.
Okay.
Which has always been kind of a pro and con of my life. Unfortunately, I never really fit anywhere because I fit everywhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I just the people that I find the most supportive, that I have to kind of pull into my circle and community, are people that understand that we can be in different boxes. And that's okay. Because then what tends to happen is that then people are going, well, then you're not in, if you can't just fully be in my box, then you know, you're weird and you maybe need to go over there. And so I like artists that don't quite fit. So, you know, the Tracy Chapmans and, you know, the Tina Turners who, you know, a lot of times they would say to her, like, you're too black for white, but you're too white for black.
Oh, man, crazy.
You know, because Queen of Rock, and it's like, what's going on? What's happening? Even her voice, right? Tracy Chapman, you know, Nina Simone, I think, has started to become much more, you know, honored and revered, but there's not a lot of people in my community in America where I was at, like young, that were going, oh, Nina Simone, you know what I mean? Oh, Tracy Chapman, Tina Turner, oh, Cassandra Wilson is another one who she's a blues, jazz, really more jazz probably artist, but like, because the voices are very different. We're very much like, is it gospel? Is it R&B?
You have to put it in. You have to have a label on it. To understand it.
And a certain level, a certain label though is what I'm saying. Like is it Fantasia's voice? Is it Beyonce's voice? Like if it's not one of those two, or in some, you know, variant of that, then it's just kind of like, we don't understand. Like we don't fully get that, you know. And so it's just, so a lot of the people that I looked up to or listened to or were part of my influences are people that our community didn't necessarily. I mean, I looked at that Tina Turner tribute that was done, and they were messing, you know, I mean, it's Patti LaBelle, so of course Patti LaBelle is you know, amazing, but she like messed up the lyrics, and it was a whole thing around that. And it's just like, because Tina wasn't really. I mean, she came. Oh shoot, she came out here to live.
Yeah.
I mean, she was like, let me get out of America because. And she did an interview one time, I think it was with Larry David, maybe, where they were asking, do you miss the States? Do you miss? And she was like, some parts sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, what is that about? She was like, look, there's places in Europe where I'm as big as Madonna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he looked at her like, really? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Exactly. And she was like,
Tina Turner.
she was like, yes. And then she had to say, bigger in some places.
Yes.
And I'm just like, we just, I don't know. We just don't, we have to come in a certain, and.
But that's not how music should be, in my opinion. It should be, you do it because it's you, and then we just appreciate it for what it is, isn't it?
But because there's the money side to it, then a lot of people that are investing in it want to know exactly what the product is so that they can market to exactly the right people, so they can project exactly how much they're going to make from you and all of that. So it's understandable how it gets that way. In an ideal world, no. Like music is so vast, and there's so many different influences you can pull from so many different places that it should just be. But again, as human beings, we don't even know how to let things just be. We can't be ourselves. So how can we let the things that we create just be?
Exactly. Also, I mean, sometimes every once in a while, they create a new genre, and then so whoever the pioneers for that genre is, they're the first, obviously. And then suddenly there's a whole list of people.
Sorry, let me just. It's not necessarily whoever the real pioneers are. It's who
broke out.
The people who put them forward say are the pioneers.
But I always find it strange. So let's say this person comes out and it's a new genre, and they got lucky to be the first to do it. As soon as they do it, next minute there's a whole line of people who were singing something else completely. I was in a podcast one time with a guy from Mike Kelly. Shout out Mike Kelly if you watch this. And he was talking about how he's working with a couple of young kids, and they were doing grime. And they weren't doing grime because they liked doing grime or they were even about grime. They were doing grime purely to follow the formula and the money. So actually, outside of if they were singing with their friends, they were kind of like rappers or R&Bs. But because grime was the newest genre on the block, they kind of left what they actually do and started focusing on follow the money.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah. I just got that too. To be fair, someone. And it can be a bit enticing because if you're an artist, like you're starting off, it's not like there's some endless budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so a producer's like, yo, I have this track and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, what's the Afro beats? I'm like...
Yeah, I can't... No offense. I don't
so I do... Now...
No offense.
Don't get me wrong, because...
you got to move.
Okay, come on. But... That's not who.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I would just be purely doing that because you're like, because maybe there's some money at the end of this because that's what's popular, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I would have preferred to do it long ago then when it was like, you know what I mean? Not just like, I don't know, so pop as the way it is now, you know what I mean? And so I'm just like, so no, I'm not going to jump on, this bandwagon of like, because you feel like that's...
How would that even work? Like,
that's what I said.
Apart from you being black, how would that work?
That's what I said.
I guess that's how it's supposed to work.
Right. So somehow I would have morphed and had to somehow fit into it some way.
Sometimes the favoured few, if you get big enough to command your own budget, then you can switch to what you really do. Like, example I'd give you was, say, Pink.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
She was R&B. I haven't heard her sing R&B since that first album.
But to be fair, I think the same thing happened to her.
I'm
not gonna. No. Meaning, I don't. She did in reverse, unless that's what you were saying. She so instead of using what was, she became super famous from doing what she actually wanted to do, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I thought I'd seen an interview where she didn't want to do R&B, and
Because she has the-
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So she wanted to do something else. They forced her to do one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that it's like she actually became much bigger doing the thing that she really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Which was, I mean, I'm sure her audience was much wider, right?
Yeah.
So then there's more money that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were forcing her like, I think we can make some money off this white girl that
Yeah.
sings like a black girl.
Yeah.
Like, and I've seen that too in New York. There were, there were a few times where it was like I would hear, producers talking about, we need a white girl.
Oh, damn.
We need a white girl. I mean, it was that
Blatant.
straight up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
And I'm just like, me.
No.
I'm like,
you could be the backing singer.
I'm like,
You got a spot for BVs.
Do the harmonies.
There is no black mama, black daddy. There's no way around it. I'm like, so which is another thing that happens, right? It's like aesthetically too. Like that's a thing, you know, what you look like and. If you're naked and, or if you are a certain hue, like all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff that, if you really just sit and like really think about it, like it can really become very, very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, another reason why I just try to go into the music as much as possible. Like just the art of it, not thinking. Sometimes when you think of the business part.
But that's someone else's job, really. Your job should just be to do the best you can.
Nah, you can't. You actually can't.
Well,
if you want to have a certain level of control over yourself as an artist, you gotta
the business,
you gotta be on your business too. You really do, unfortunately, And
how many people will rip you off, take you this way and that way?
You get a manager, but a good one that you know. Just in case anyone gets famous, I'm available. Just saying, I'm a great negotiator. You know it. I'll negotiate.
To be fair, he is a good negotiator.
Yeah, listen, trust me. You talked about differences between the New York scene, music-wise, and the LA scene. Are there any differences when you came over here in comparison to the way that you conduct yourself musically, the people you come across, et cetera?
Yeah, so what I found here, and now I know why there's some artists that would be considered weird or whatever in the States because they weren't commercial enough.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more respect for art here.
Yeah, art itself.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you need to be 12, It's not like you need to be a size 0. It's not like you need to, just whatever the things you want to put on it are. Like, I feel like people are, like even if they're artists that used to be popular back, they're still like revered, like they're still honored and they can do a show and people, still want to be there. And
like Adele. Adele can just rock up anytime she wants, do an album. She'd disappear for 5 years, but whenever she comes back, everybody's on board with an Adele show. And that's purely based on her talent, just her singing and her songwriting. There's nothing else. No, don't worry about the visual. She could have no videos and people would still love what she does. Yeah. But you're right in that.
No, and it's so true. Like, I just feel like they're going like, well, what's the music sound like? What are you? And so I feel like I can spend more time just trying to get better.
Yeah.
Nice. As opposed to, I mean, yeah, sure. I go to the gym. I wouldn't like to.
But
you know what I mean? But it's like, all the things, but more so than anything. Like, it's not like I'm saying I need to look like somebody.
Yeah.
I'm going, I want to be really good. Like, I want to try to just get better and better in my voice, in my authentic voice and self, which, has been tampered with over the years, to be fair, because I don't have a typical, like, soprano voice. You know what I mean? And so I was told young, girls don't sound like that.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
What did it sound like then?
But you're a girl and you're not sounding like that, so...
Sorry, that your voice is just too deep. You need to work on. So I used to always sing in my falsetto to try to make my voice higher. Yeah.
It should just be when you write the song, whatever fits with your voice is what it would be, wouldn't it? Surely, otherwise you're not really being your authentic self.
People don't care about your authentic self. People care about what
man,
sells.
You guys get it tough, you creative
People care about what sells, but people also are stuck into a a weird, like, it needs to be like this, you know, like, and it's
this
just
is the way it's always been done.
Yeah,
so therefore
we're
continue.
just gonna keep doing it this way, and it's like, and it was a friend, you know, to her credit. God, she must have been here before to be able to, like, you are such an old soul, my gosh. But she was the one that actually, you know, because I was like crying about it. Like, it was one incident in particular that happened because it was in front of everybody that she was like, girls, you need to, you know. And and of course I couldn't let anybody see me cry. No. But afterwards I remember like crying about it, and that's when my friend at the time was telling me like, no, you gotta listen to Tracy Chapman, and you have to listen to Cassandra Wilson and Layla Hathaway, Donny Hathaway's daughter. You have to listen to Tina Turner, and like she's telling me all the Nina Simone. She sang these, and ever since then, like I was like, she was like, no, the professional. She was like, these are your favorite singers' favorite singers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh, and it's crazy. When I finally got a chance to see one of them in concert, Rochelle Farrell, who, to be fair, she's not necessarily a deep voice. She's she's like the Bible. Like when you talk about these real vocalists, they are looking and studying Rochelle Farrell. Like how she does it, oh my goodness, her voice is an instrument, really, and she has mastered it. But I went and I got a chance to be front row. It was just like oh, man. It was just, it wasn't like a big, you know, it was like, and Prince was there.
Oh, damn.
Says it all.
You know what I mean? And so it just reminded me of the whole like, oh, your favorite singer's favorites. Yeah. Oh, okay. So people know about these vocalists, these ones that my friend was telling me about, but maybe they weren't super commercial at the time, or they were considered a little left of culture. Yeah. But the people that were popular on the radio, they were looking at them, and they were watching them, and probably going, I wish I could have been able to do that. You know, maybe Beyonce, I'm sure, probably is like, I wish I could have whipped out a guitar and been a India Arie, or been a Tracy, and do one of those type of you know things, and you know, but she was kind of pushed into, and to be fair, she has gotten a chance to jump around different genres, you know, and play around, but like that kind of, you know, acoustic, ripped jeans, being, you know what I mean? I'm sure that, like, what are sisters doing, basically, you know, being able to have a little more freedom to not, like, fit into a box, and having to have her hair just so, and the makeup just so, and you know.
Like the formula. Just
a formula, exactly, you know, so.
I mean, that's a perfect little segue into head to head, I think.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
Don't.
Am I going to do head to head? Okay.
What do you mean? Are you going to do?
I was going to change it, but so I'm going to give you 3 artists. While I'm talking, I'm going to decide what we do with them. So.
Sorry, do a spit take.
Yeah. You all right? You good? Yeah?
Yes.
Nina Simone.
You've already forgotten.
No, I haven't.
Oh, go on then.
Tina Turner.
Okay.
Lauryn Hill. I did forget.
See, I knew it.
So those 3. Normally, I put them in a death match, and then, you know, you got to pick one and the other 2 die. But this time, because we're in a positive vibe today and we're all about spirituality and that.
No, he gets really strict with these things, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to change it, yeah? You've taught me something today, this therapy session that we had. So, those 3 people.
Planting seeds all round.
I want you to rank them first to last. Who would you have first? Who's your favourite and why? Who's the second and who's the third? That's easy, right? It's better than Death Trap.
I mean, it's still real difficult because...
Yo!
Wow, you're ranking them.
Do you want the names again?
Nina Simone technically should be 1.
I don't know.
But my favorite is Tina. I just resonate more with her and her voice and the music.
Yeah, okay.
And because the genre that she chose to go into, rock, with her voice is just insane. Watching her perform is sick.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the longevity of the career. Okay. And then her personal stuff. I'm just all about that. And then the energy. Yeah. You know, it's just dope. Okay. The spirituality piece. You know, the survivor piece, like everything about her and just her spirit. It didn't matter what the obstacle was. Right. Her outlook on life was just, so that's my 1.
Okay.
So Nina, she's a pianist. You know, that's like actually what she wanted to do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But
true.
because of limitations and racism and all this, so she wanted to do Carnegie Hall. She wanted to be that like concert, you know, and she wasn't able to. They're like, "Can you sing? Can you just sing?" So she had to kind of force herself to be a singer, because then that was what you can't just play. That's what. That's too highbrow. That's you know, that's you. Classy. That's not. Black people don't do that.
Oh, man.
And so she had to, you know, become a singer, but her voice, I like the uniqueness of voices, and it's just powerful, and she spans a lot of time as well. Civil rights movement, she's, you know, activist. She ended up being exiled. She couldn't even come back to America because of her. Yeah, she was out here.
Oh, damn.
Like, she couldn't go back home, and you know, so she put her life on the line, her music, you know, to talk about, you know, Mississippi Goddamn was like a huge, like, it was banned from the radio. Like, it really got her into a lot of trouble. She used her music to, you know, for, you know, civil rights and to make a difference. And, you know, so it just... Yeah, so that's why I'm like, she really technically should be number one.
Okay.
And then Lauryn Hill is just, oh my God, she's amazing. I never really mentioned Lauryn Hill, but she really is an influence for me. You know, my husband laughs at me when I tell him this story, but when I was little, I actually was writing rhymes.
Really?
Yeah. And my dad was like, "That's what you ain't gonna do."
Oh.
Well,
like,
he told you
what? Rapper? Like,
Lord.
So the evolution was rap became poetry.
Oh yeah.
That became songs, right? But yeah, so I have this little hip hop thing inside of me. Like, I'm really a hip hop head. I really am. And and so much so that I listen to hip hop out here too. Like,
really?
I was trying to be on top of. I'm like, Rich, Dave, do you guys know about these people? Like,
all right.
I'm like, and okay, I go back and forth with a friend of mine, but I'm like, you cannot count Chip out. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's messing with him with just going bar for bar, battling. Are you crazy? But like, so everywhere I went, like South African hip hop, like the whole thing, like because I'm just a hip hop head, so I like to hear the hip hop from wherever I'm at. But anyway, so yeah, that's why Lauryn is from the hip hop, from her voice. That's another thing. It's like she has a unique voice to me as well, and her pen is sick.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
By the way, can you give us a few bars that you used to write when you was a kid?
Oh my God.
Make that song number 3. Go on. Come on. I'll do a beatbox.
I'm talking about I was a little kid. Do I remember anything?
I can't beatbox, by the way.
Oh my God, I can't even.
Boo.
Boo our guest. How dare you?
No, I do deserve to be booed. I'm like,
all out about being a hip hop man.
Listen.
Drop 100 bars or something. I'm doing a beatbox. You can't remember any bars.
I'm like 1 million years old. I'm trying to. My 5 years. When I'm talking about, I was a little kid.
I went to the store to get more. I don't know what you saying.
And I'm like, what?
Well done.
Something about incredible.
Go ahead.
I'm on a mission impossible. When I'm on the mic, yes, I'm unstoppable. My mouth moves slow, but my lyrics are quick to speak up. I don't know, something.
Hey! No, because you weren't doing the right beat for her. So
how do I know what she's gonna say?
That's why I told you to stop, because you would have started to throw her off. No. Yes, I am. I am.
Oh my God! And what's crazy is that, and I'm like, this is what I mean. I'm like, parents, stop doing this to your kids.
Yeah, no.
I mean, so much so that I was like running for class president with raps.
Oh, right.
We have a huge thing that happens every year in Oakland called the Oratorical Fest.
Yeah.
That's about Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And so they have like poetry competitions under that. It's just speech competitions under that. I would rhyme every time for that competition, like full on raps, like about Martin Luther King, about whatever I was doing. I was writing raps for other people in school to like perform it. Like, no. I was like, and I'm just like, and they didn't. Shut up, little girl, and pick up a legal pad. You know, like they were not trying to hear it. Yeah, that's so so funny.
Okay, I think to wipe our audience's mind of my terrible beatbox, I think you should give us your actual second song,
Okay.
which is called what? Sorry.
I'm the reason. This is one of those. This is one of those self-reflecting.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Song. I know you love me. I don't even need to. We need the beat.
No, please.
Acapella.
I know you love me. I know I was the one, but I wasn't used to all of that attention. You drew my bath when I came home. You rubbed my feet when my days were long. You cooked, you cleaned, you gave me all of you, all of you. I'm the reason why good guys finish last. I'm the reason why you ain't got to ask. I'm the reason why good guys finish last. I'm the reason, the only reason why. Oh, I know you wanted me. I know I'm all you need. You said you want a family. On one knee you gave me a ring. My life's been pain and confusion. Happiness is just an illusion. This is all I see. You're just too good to be true for me. I'm the reason why good guys finish last. I'm the reason why you ain't got to ask. I'm the reason why good guys finish last. I'm the reason, the only reason.
Oh, the vocals, man.
Beautiful. Also, I think you shouldn't be too hard on yourself because sometimes good guys finish last just because, isn't it? It's not always because of.
Yeah.
No, I feel like we keep having this discussion about how men are this, men are that, men are blah, you know? And I'm like, no, there's good dudes out there.
Yeah.
There really are, but like, are we checking for them?
Not really.
Like, are we looking for them? Like, what are we looking for? You know what I mean? Like, oh, he has to be this tall. He has to look like this. He has to talk like this. He has to, but like, we have so.
Yeah.
Are you coming for me right now?
What? What are you talking about?
Ooh, that was an inside thing.
Yes.
Oh.
Troll.
What? What are you talking about?
What did you say?
Should you?
No. What's the word you said?
So, should we?
No. What
yeah.
was the word you said?
Beard?
Okay.
What, a
Troll.
bit?
Troll.
Nandi, what have I done?
Nandi, please continue. I'm so sorry for that interruption.
I forgot. It's because
like
she's
the
got
child in the middle, mommy and daddy.
it's because she's got a bit of a beard fetish, apparently.
It's not a bit of a beard fetish. I have a full-blown beard fetish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't.
okay,
I'm not
okay.
ashamed of it.
No, because you said it in the podcast last time.
Listen.
No, you didn't. It was off air.
I know myself, so I know why it's important to me,
Yeah,
and I'm
okay.
not ashamed of it.
one's trolling you for
Beards
it.
for life. Pugnophile. Please. Continue.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So-
Anyway, continue.
So I would just say, and I'm not some sort of expert. The only thing I do know to be true for myself, though, is like I'm not like I say expert. I mean, I'm not a relationship counselor and that sort of thing. I just meant with my journey to self-love.
Yeah.
There's so much that didn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And there's so much that then did start to matter,
Yeah.
right? That I wasn't doing before, that I wasn't having as boundaries or as like conditions or as like, no, this is actually the real thing that I need to be looking for.
Yeah.
And I tell you, looks didn't come up in that.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
No.
And there's some other things that did not come up that were there before.
Yeah.
And then stripped down once I actually had you're still a work in progress, right?
Yeah.
I'm not there fully yet, right? I'm still working, but there's certain things, right? So number one, the guy, we don't ever even look for if they actually like women.
Mate.
Right? And I don't even mean that in a he could be gay. I mean actually
exactly.
Like women.
Exactly.
Don't get her started, you know.
I'm just
It's a whole
saying
different podcast.
there's a lot of men.
Don't get her started. He's like, boy,
I'm gonna try and.
I have a very close friend of mine who we have not spoke. It could be going on. It's definitely been over a year now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we'll circle back to each other, but it was just too much because again, once you get to a certain place, things just hit your ears very differently.
Absolutely.
And I didn't realize how much I'd allowed certain people to say about women, certain things that I'm just like, whoa, like this is like, so it got worse. It didn't get better in terms of his ideals. Yeah. So he was basically saying, other than sleeping with, right? Like he doesn't get the purpose, like because they're not, because I don't want to hear what they have to say because they're always chatting nonsense. I don't want to. They don't really think. They're just this. They're over emotional. Like it was just all this. Like he's like, I absolutely prefer to just have conversations with men because they think they're smart. They're like just all this stuff. And I
wait, sorry, somebody actually said that to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's like I just want to. Yeah.
I'm just confirming that the human being.
Did he consider himself your friend?
No, he was. He is.
He is your friend.
Listen. Listen. There's extremes. There's sliding scales here, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna.
But what you just said, that your mate said, that's like the top end of the scale, isn't it?
Apples and oranges.
But this is someone that, to my knowledge, I know he hasn't physically done anything. But this is what I mean. I'm talking about the mentality even. Like the mentality has to be there first for you to not look at a woman as equal. And he was like, no, women aren't equal. Like they're different. Like he wasn't trying to completely discount,
really?
the dishes being done and the cooking being done.
How big of him?
No, that matters.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He was like, but equal to a man? No, not at all. And he was like, I forgot what term he used to like talk about it's a false equivalent or whatever. But and then getting into the concept of sexism and the patriarchy and all that, he just was like this complete bollocks. Like that's not a thing. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm gonna have to get off the phone. I don't want.
I'm sorry, I'm surprised you're still on there.
Yeah, no, because I was trying. No, this is someone I've known my whole life, basically.
Wow.
And I just could not believe how it progressed so much. Like you think when you go wild without talking to someone, that there's growth and there's all this wonderful. And so I mean, outside of being much younger, you hang up the phone on somebody like that. That's such a but I actually had to hang up because I didn't know that what was coming up for me was so, whoa, you know what I mean? But this is what I mean. So like women, have needing to like women, value women, the character. Right? We don't look at that the way we should, Is this someone that's just? Is he honest? Is he like that kind of stuff? We don't.
Look, I'm trying, yeah?
You're ticking all her boxes right now. Yes. No, I'm just waiting for to say preach. Just waiting for to say preach.
I'm just saying there's so much stuff that comes before how tall he is, how much money he makes, how much, like, and my personal thing, that's actually not even on my list. Like, if he makes, like, I'm just like, we can be in this together and grind out together. You know what I mean? So that was never, but if all this other, you know what I mean? Like thing doesn't, he likes me.
Yeah, for you.
Not just he likes women, but he actually likes me. Really okay to pass. It's okay.
Look, guys, this has been a tough podcast for me. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but you do understand all of this applies to men too. It should.
Because and this is the thing.
This has been tough.
There's women that don't like men.
Yeah. Yes, and there are male friends and there are guys who may have been a potential for me, and I have to say to them, you're more than your appendage. Like if someone doesn't value what you offer as a person, as a human being, then they're not for you, and you don't have to put up with that.
Right.
Like, it's okay to move along, move on. Like, it's okay.
It's really okay. And it's okay to be alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the other, if you are in fact trying, because that was leading back to what she was saying on the post. It's like, I'm trying, but she wants a man. And I'm like, me saying be alone is not saying you don't need a man. Like, no, I need a man. Like, but I wasn't going to just be with anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and there was so much work that I needed to do on myself so that I would be ready when that person appeared.
Yeah.
And it literally happened that way. I wasn't even thinking about a man.
That's the best way.
I was on my journey and met my husband.
Mr. Fine Artist.
Doing an interview with him. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like I was on my purpose. I was like the happiest I ever was. You know, just all that stuff. I was just energetically, it was meant for, like, I guess it was just meant for it to happen. I still made him wait 2 years, but
Still coming out now. Still coming out now, isn't it? Well,
here's the dilemma. You sing with a band. You're the lead singer. Yeah. You've been doing shows left, right, and centre, festivals left, right, and centre. You've been having fun. It's good. It's all good, yeah?
yes.
But you don't only sing for the band. You do your own thing too.
Okay.
And, you know, you go to musician jams and all this and that and the other.
Okay.
You happen to be at a musician's jam.
Okay.
You're vibing with all the other artists.
Okay.
You end up talking to one particular singer because you were just like, oh my gosh, you were amazing, fantastic, phenomenal. You guys are chatting. Oh yeah, so what are you doing now? What's your music projects up? She says, well, I mean, I got approached by a band to be their singer, but I don't know if I'm going to actually go for it because, you know, I'm still doing these other projects and this and that. But it's been a while since I've been in a band, so I might. You're like, oh, that's great. Oh, what band is it? And she names the band you're currently in.
Interesting. So the backstory is that they've been trying to find another singer to replace me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I actually run into one of the singers
Yes.
they're trying to replace me with. What do I do in the moment?
What do
Or
you do in the
general?
moment
That sounds a
and
bit
in
violent,
general?
Huh?
It's a little bit violent there. What you do in the
I'm
moment?
like, what do I do in the moment? So
What do you do with
I'm not a scene girl.
Oh, okay.
So I'm one of those like, when we get home
Oh, damn.
and everyone think, well, everything's fine. So I would never, I don't do the scenes. So I would just, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I just think I don't know. I'm not really, I think I would just disappear if I'm honest. Yeah. Because what's the confrontation?
I mean,
Well,
exactly. What
You know,
would the
like,
confrontation
no, I'm saying
be?
they
Yeah.
obviously
They're planning.
don't want me.
Well,
Exactly.
Well,
So I know this feels anticlimactic, but I'm like,
No,
that,
it's not
No, no.
anticlimactic.
Okay.
It's whatever.
well, you just
Because-
leave the band, would you? Basically.
yeah, I would just work on finding another band.
Would you tell them that you're leaving, or would you just disappear like ghost? You just ghost?
Ideally, I would disappear like a
ghost
ghost.
complete. So they never see,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
That would
Wasn't
be
expecting that.
awesome. I think that I would at this stage though. I think I'm turning more into my mother.
Yeah.
And she would probably say, have a little bit of a plan.
Yeah.
And don't just go off of emotion. Don't just go off of whatever. And so
Okay.
I would sit with it. And I think what I do is just find a way to, where, you know, if it's another gig that we had left or if it was another whatever, use that as a launching pad for something else.
Oh, okay. But hold on.
to
but
move on.
But you'd do that last gig with them, would you? Would you still do that last gig? Would you gig with them ever again?
Yes, if it was beneficial for me.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's interesting. It's the idea of taking things personal.
Yeah. Well.
Going back to that, right?
I would take it very personally, and I would scorch earth everybody. You know what I do.
Yes.
Yeah. I would scorch earth everybody, and I'd get my own band, and my band would be better than the band that I left.
Yeah.
That's what I would personally do. I'm working on that sort of stuff, not taking things personally. I'm
no,
not there
but
yet.
that's okay because I feel like my trajectory, like you know, they would have to. There's Kina. So do you remember a group called Brownstone?
Yes.
Okay, so Kina used to be one of the members originally.
Okay.
And then apparently something went down.
Yeah.
But she ended up going the rock route.
Oh, is it?
So yeah, she did a whole album, and there's one song, "Girl from the Gutter."
Yeah.
That, oh my God, every time I hear that song, "Girl from the Gutter."
Okay.
But there is a thing in there where she talks about it.
How they done her dirty.
Well, it's more about her triumph.
Oh, okay.
And like, so, and in the hook, it's like, and I hope, God, I can't get it exactly, so I'm going to paraphrase, but it's like, I hope your hell is filled with magazines. And on every page, you see a big picture of me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's just like, in other words, I'm just going to succeed, and that's gonna be the revenge, because you'll just have to see me everywhere, right? And so I think that's how it go about it. Like, I would do whatever the last situation was if it made sense, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. But if it was something that made sense, I can get footage or do something with it, then I'd go ahead and finish that out. But I wouldn't even be mad, because in my mind I'd go, okay, it's not personal, right? It's not, and I know sometimes it's hard to separate that, but I'd be like, this person, they probably just feels like that's a better fit for them.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
All
right, I mean, we accept your answer. All right, I guess we're going to wrap up and find out, where people can find you, what's going on, and what's your, it's no need to do a message, because you've given us a whole heap of messages already. So where can we find you? What's your Insta, all your social media and all that stuff?
What I will say is the first place is Instagram. That's like the hub of everything. So on Instagram at I Am BLUESFOK.
Okay.
BLUESFOK, one word, meaning just blues like the music, folk like people. So I Am BLUESFOK. And then when you're there, you'll see all the different links.
Yes.
If you want to take it a step further, you can become a member on Patreon, which is still the same thing, patreon.com/I Am BLUESFOK. And that will help anything that supporting the artists is just all of that. Any little thing is helpful. So
okay, so we'll pull that stuff out when we do it.
Yay.
Oh, that's been great.
Thank you so much.
This has been awesome. Oh my God, it's so much fun. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm just like, okay.
I've really enjoyed this. I really have. This has been my bread and butter. Thank you.
All right. I've been Mike.
I've been Asabi Hawa. You've been
Nandi 55.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.